The first movie that we're going to get into is available on DVD right here in the UHD library in the DVD section, and that's in the main building. And so for the Alien movie series, that's what we're going to be looking at to start off today. And I just want to let listeners know that there will be some mild spoilers, but these films are still worth watching for how well they were made. Now we'll start with Alien. And in Alien, the movie, the crew of the Nostromo, which is it's a large ship, is summoned by a distress signal while returning from an ore mining operation on the other side of the galaxy. The distress signal was coming from an alien craft whose dead pilot was found on the ship. The pilot resembled an alien giant strapped into a strange driver's seat. Venturing further, the Nostromo crew find a place on the ship with a number of large eggs with strange openings at the top. One of the crew is attacked by a strange creature jumping out of one of the eggs and wrapping itself around the man's face and neck. The creatures, long known to be face huggers in the alien universe, resemble scorpions without pincers but with an extra long tail that wraps around their victim's neck, with the legs around their head. Ripley tries to keep him in quarantine, but her crewmate Ash opens the door anyway. Now, Ripley is the main character in the Alien series, and she's portrayed by Sigourney Weaver. Weaver embodies one of the strongest sci-fi characters ever put to the silver screen through Ripley, who evolves through the franchise into a true action hero. They do try to surgically remove the creature from their crewmate, but they discover that it bleeds acid, so further surgery would only harm or kill their crewmate. Eventually, the creature does fall off and die, and the crew member awakens with quite an appetite. Now, what follows is one of the most iconic meals ever put on film, and I will stop there so as not to ruin anything. Eventually, though, the crew must try and stop the horrific creature on board their ship. What works so well in Alien is the design of the creatures and also the ship. H.R. Giger is a Swiss artist, and he was tasked with bringing the aliens to life. And that turned out to be what is called a xenomorph in the Alien universe. Giger has a penchant for the bizarre and unusual. His art is both terrifying and sensual. His design of the alien is ultimately a biological organism possessing mechanical body parts. I think that's probably the best way to describe the xenomorphs. This is definitely a film that needs to be watched. The director Ridley Scott delivered a sci-fi movie that has been relentlessly and shamelessly copied by countless filmmakers in many forms. Everybody remember that this movie, Alien, can be found in the upstairs library on DVD in the DVD section. And it really is a great movie. In my opinion, the best in the Alien series is the second one, Aliens. But the first one's still great. They're also just both very different movies. Alien is kind of, as it's been described as a gothic haunted house horror film, for sure. It's tense, it's claustrophobic. It takes place all on this ship. And these people are trying to hunt down this strange creature that's been growing and killing off their crew members. It's a wonderful movie, but it's definitely a very different movie. So we're going to go ahead and take a musical break, but when we get back, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the sequel to Alien called Aliens. And again, I can't say it enough. I would highly recommend... I would definitely highly recommend the Alien series, although maybe you could probably stop after the first two. I probably wouldn't recommend any of the other films, aside from the most recent films. But let's go ahead and take a musical break. We'll be right back.